Hey guys, this is just going to be a quick video on how to make a vinyl cloth wargaming mat that is fairly inexpensive. I think the total cost for a 4x4 wargaming mat would run like $12 to $15 depending on when you buy your materials. So materials, bigger base cloth is this vinyl upholstery fabric. They sell it in, where I found it, basically 4.5 feet by whatever number of yards you want. I went to Hobby Lobby because that's the only store that had it in the store, and so I got to cut it to a custom length. But online you can order it, I think, by the yard through Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and other places. But it's nice to go in store and see exactly what you're getting. So it comes with a nice kind of, you can kind of see it, a texture that's already in there, which will be great for taking the wash, which is going to be the way we color it. So we're just going to use the cheapest acrylic paint you can find, wash it, or make a wash out of it with some water, and then just apply the wash with some cheap brushes. You can also do some sponges for, effects afterwards, or to help you apply the wash in the way you want. And so you can get pretty, you can customize it pretty easily just with different colors. We'll do one example of a base, just straight up brown on top of the beige vinyl cloth, and then we'll do a combination of these three green acrylic paints, and show you how you can layer on different colors and get different effects pretty easily. The other thing is you can get the cloth in various colors. You could just straight up use a 4x4 section of this vinyl cloth that is beige as a wargaming mat, or the brown. I recommend getting the beige just because it will have a base color that's not white, that's going to show through too much, and will take the paint and let you add colors, and it'll still show up, rather than like a darker brown, which would be more difficult to paint. Yeah, so you just get your cheap brushes. If you want a sponge, get a sponge. So I'll cut to, after I've made the wash, I'll show me applying some washes, and then we'll show at the end some finished products, but also a couple different mats that I've made and some of the people from our group have made. So we'll cut you back in a sec. Okay, so here we go. We got a very liquidy brown wash, and I'm just going to apply that to this first vinyl mat, and you can already see the definition you get from the little recesses and the texture that's in the vinyl cloth. Again, you can make your wash however you want. You could be super liquidy like this. I generally go like this just to make it spread easier. I haven't really tried doing too many of different styles in terms of consistency, but you can already tell that that's going to turn out pretty good, and we'll show you some combinations here with the greens coming up. Okay, so now we got our first green color, like a forest green or something like that. Olive green. Then I'm gonna do a base kind of layer on this, and then we'll go over the top with the lighter greens and the hunter green. And it's kind of important to do it on like as level of space you can get. I'm not on a level of space, so I'm just doing this demo, but you can see I'm angled this way a little bit, so it's going to pool at the bottom, and that's fine. You can actually roll with that, even if it looks kind of weird, and just make that like a more dirty, muddy section of your mat if you wanted to. Mix this up good. And so here's just doing some green. Obviously I didn't mix it too well, so we're just doing this real quick. But pretty much any imperfections you get, you can always turn into a feature on the table. It really doesn't have to be too neat. I wouldn't worry about being a perfectionist on this stuff. So yeah, you're gonna get the definition popping out, and we'll just brush this guy up a little bit, spread this out again, and it's going to pull at the bottom, so really this isn't doing too much, but you can already tell kind of how it's going to turn out. Just brush some of the excess off, and then you can always, like the green will layer over, and the brown will just show you the end product. So we'll be back once these are dry, and we'll go from there. Okay, so our washes are still drying, but I'm just going to show you why having a sponge is so useful. You you can do different textures, but B, if you get pooling like this. Again, I'm on like not exactly a flat surface, so one way to not have this happen is, you know, flat surface, but if you need to, you can just dab it up without really messing too much stuff up. You may have some lighter areas and darker areas still around where some of it dried, but again, this really doesn't matter. If you're really, again, trying to be super precise, that's your own fault. I would just go with the flow on making these mats and let kind of the paint just do the work, and then you kind of see when it dries and see where you want to take it. So for example here, these could just be different patterns in the grass or whatever we're going for, and same with the like kind of muddy dirt board. So yeah, you can kind of see the drying process there. Sponges are good if you got one. All right, so that's the two mats finished up. So you have the basic one wash of brown. That's probably like the easiest way to do it, really quick. And then you have the multiple green washes on this one. And I'll show you now a clip or some pictures of the completed mats with terrain on them, because obviously with any mat that you're using, it's always going to look way better with terrain on it.